This lesson I'm going to show you how to make our editing form a little more straightforward and how to stop users from being able to edit blank lines and edit our header. And so to do that there's two ways we can do it. So if I press Alt and F11 again to bring up my editor, I could put code in here to tell the user, for example, you can't edit the header row, or I could put a message in to say you can't edit an empty line. But that would then show the user that they've got the option to do it, and perhaps a user who's just clicking buttons randomly might ignore the message and just carry on. So it would be better for us to intercept this in the macro. So when they go to open their macro, what we can do is we can put the code in there. And last time I made a new macro, and let's have a look at it. If I right click the button and edit and do a side macro, we'll see that it was edit details. That was the name of the macro. So if I go back to my code and I click this, you'll see this was the macro. What I should really do is rename that macro. So I'll call it edit details. Macro. So now I'll put underscores in just to make it more tidy. So now you can see, now I've got a more meaningful macro name. So if I want to now intercept users and stop them making mistakes, I need to put the code in here rather than putting it into the actual coding of the form itself. So I intercept as a macro, as I said. So the first thing I need to do is copy the variables that we used in the last lesson and the active cell row, so I can put the details in there. So now the first thing I can do is put in they can't edit. Let's put in I can't edit the header. So if I row equals 1, then tab that in. Message box, you cannot edit the header, and I'll put in a VB critical command. What that is it'll abort immediately, and I'll put in system error. Exit sub and end if. So that should now stop me from editing the header. So we'll have a go. So I'm going to click the header and I'm going to click edit details. It says you cannot edit the header, and it comes up system error, and if you're in the background there's a slight delay in my computer, it made a sound. So that we've stopped that from happening. The next thing perhaps I want to do is stop them from what can we do? We can stop them from editing an empty row. So for that one we need to use some more of the VB commands. So if application dot count, and it'll be the active cell dot row, active cell, but in this particular case we want it to be the entire row, dot entire row equals 0 then. So and I forgot to put in the brackets there. So if the application count of the active cell on the entire row of it is 0, then put in a message box row is empty, nothing to edit. And again, exit sub, end if. Okay, we'll have a go running that one, and I should now not be able to edit row 7. Row is empty, nothing to edit, and it kicks me out. So we've put those details in. So that's stopping me from editing those details. So that's tidied the form up, and in the next lesson I'll show you how to create another way of creating links between the dashboard and the address details, and I'll also show how to delete information from the form. Thank you very much.